O&M. Low-cost housing to give boost to real estate and infra-related. See, one of the slides from your students said that, there has not been much on the cost housing. I think low-cost housing, if you really look at it, none of the companies in the low-cost housing is listed on the stock exchange. So it's a wrong parameter to see that which company will benefit, because of course there is everybody wants to make profit in the business, right? And look at DLF, look at Unitech or anything. They only sell at premium or maybe mid-market flats. Nobody sells any low-cost apartments or low-cost land. So how can we make a parameter? But if you look at it, I think that's a driver, because that is where we are lacking, right? And finance minister is right when he says that in agriculture I want to bring growth in the rural, and on the other side he's saying that the low-cost housing should be given advantage. I think it is right. Credit needs to be, and as Dr. Deshpande was pointing out, that most of the farm credit that goes above 10 lakhs. See, it's like we are not utilizing what we are getting, because everybody wants to take advantage of that. Then comes the question that, why it should be retrospective in the case of a GAR or, the other tax treaties and all. I think given a chance, between you and me, half of us or maybe all of us would try to take advantage of the law in any case or the other, right? And we do it knowingly, unknowingly, cautiously, uncautiously, we do that, right? So I think there are certain things which are critical in nature, and we Indians are the best in that. We need to change that to an extent, I guess. The allocation of 15,800 crore for the capitalization of public sector banks, I think this is really positive for the PSU banks and the national housing societies which is there, right? Viability gap funding would only increase more private-public partnership programs. There was that certain industries have been excluded from the service tax. One beneficiary is us, we being distributors, as well as the mutual fund houses, because the tax that our clients and our investors used to pay, or anybody used to pay, that has come down. So now we are no longer in the net of service tax. That is, I think, it saves some 10% for the client as well as for us. Our revenues also increase, so is the client's cost also increase. Import of equipment for expanding fertilizer capacities has been exempted from the basic customs duty. Rajiv Gandhi Equity Saving Scheme. See, today there are only some 6 to 8% of DMAT account holders in India, right? Of 100 crore or 120 crore of a population, not more than some 5 crores or 6 crores of, DMATs are registered, and many would be some duplication of it, right? And I think this is a boost wherein tomorrow, in case if we can get retail participation, today our economy as well as the stock markets are totally dependent upon the foreign money. If foreigners are flowing in money, you see in last 2 months or 3 months, we've seen almost some 40,000 crore rupee coming in, which is almost like 8 billion or $8.5 billion coming in, right? And see what we are at. From 15 we went up to 18.5. Last year we were negative by 350 million, and look at the way we have fallen from almost like 20,000 levels to some 15,000 levels. So we are a market which is purely driven by the FII. I think this is one step in the longer run which is actually going to benefit the capital markets. Electronic voting facility is one step towards including more participation of the shareholders. STT already covered. Qualifying criteria for unit-linked plans, so it's like earlier if a client was paying 1 lakh or an investor was paying 1 lakh, he ought to get a 5 lakh of a cover to be eligible for the tax benefit under 80C, right? Now the advantage is that in 1 lakh he's getting 10 lakh, which some of you covered, but it's actually a disadvantage to him because his mortality would now double. So of 1 lakh, if you're paying some 10,000 for the mortality of 5 lakh, now the same cover has become 10 lakh. On 1 lakh, he's paying 20,000 as the mortality. So basically his net investment return will fall. One, for the investor. Second, for the insurance company, now for the same amount of money, they have to give a higher risk weightage. And so as to adjust their capital as well on their balance sheet, because now instead of 5 lakh, they're giving 10 lakh. So imagine over a balance sheet, something like of a SBI, LIC around, the risk cover or the risk that they're taking has to be really, really reinsured at a very high cost. Inflation risk. Now, I guess somebody asked that, how there can be a gap between or what is the inflection point between employment and inflation? See, or will the steps towards fiscal deficit or the steps towards whatever has been, proposed in the budget would actually bring growth or will bring down inflation? See, it's a step. I assume today I make a plan that this is how my career should go. I only make a plan. This is what the finance minister has done. It says that, if I'm assuming that 14% is what going to be my nominal growth of GDP, and, I should get my tax revenues collected in this way, this is how I should reach. Now, if at all, he doesn't increase taxes, the current account deficit is already taking a suffering, right? Fiscal deficit will also take a hit. Look at the way the rupee has behaved. And as I showed you in the slide, wherein the crude cost is increasing, even if my food inflation comes down, I'm importing inflation not only on the oil, but also on the non-oil commodities, as well as other things. How am I on earth going to control inflation, which is not in my hand and is driven by, global factors? Because commodity prices will simply go on increasing, and crude is one of the important commodities that at least I consume. So that is a risk. And, sometimes growth is not only dependent upon the local scenario. It is actually dependent sometimes, especially like a developing nation, is dependent on developed economies where I'm exporting and wherein I'm getting money also from those economies. I will discuss that thing maybe sometime. So qualified foreign institutions have been permitted to access limited issuance of tax-free bonds of up to 60,000. So last year it was 30,000, he's raised it to 60,000. Now if you see, already people are not investing into equity markets. If they're going to get some 9% of a tax-free return on a bond or a debt, why would somebody go and invest in an equity market? Because in a 10-year period, I'm getting 9%. If I go and trace the returns of an equity in last 5 years, it is negative by some maybe 10 or 20%, maybe higher than that, right? So I think this is one step which would be negative for the capital markets, but good for investors. At least nobody today can offer you 9% tax-free. It is as good as a 12% of a return, or maybe higher than that for most of us. So basing customs duty on a standard gold. Now gold import, I don't know if somebody knows the figure, it is somewhere close to 960 ton of gold that we have imported in last 1 year. And that has really added pressure to our current account deficit. How? Because my balance of payment goes haywire, right? And today if you look, people say that gold is an investment product. How many of us at our homes, our parents, our grandparents and all have gone and sold gold, right? Gold today, maybe having a value of some $1,650 to an ounce or $1,700 to an ounce, or maybe some 28,000 per 10 gram here. If you look at the real value of gold and track it basis the currency, it doesn't cost more than 15,000, 16,000 per 10 gram in India. So basically, if I'm talking, it is 100% overvalued, right? I can talk about the valuations of gold and other markets in a separate seminar, but I'm telling you, maybe let the global conditions over next 3 or 4 years, say, maybe recover a bit, you'll find gold at 20,000. And if I give you a figure of 20,000 per 10 gram today, half of you, maybe all of you, or maybe more than that, people would laugh at me. And so will be happening at the, at the international front. Maybe you'll find gold sooner at 1450 in next, maybe hopefully in this year itself, and lower than that. GAR, I think sir has really touched it, but if you look at it, last 2 days it has created havoc in the markets because of one simple factor. I'll not touch the foreign companies and all, only the participatory notes. And today there was a clarification which came from Finance Ministry. They said that maybe we will not tax and touch participatory notes, but the more clarity would only come once and all, this finance bill is passed. APA and transfer pricing, I think that's a positive in the longer term. This is how the sector analysis looks like, right? If you look at it, it is only positive for some metals and autos because of certain hikes and all. The best part is that in autos, they've not touched the diesel vehicles. And if you go back some 2 or 3 days, Maruti has said that they'll be shifting their engine plant to, Gujarat and having another diesel plant coming in, and only an assembly plant would be there. I think diesel vehicles will really, really grow going forward. it has been neutral for banks, Siemens, consumer, capital goods, IT services, right? And the real estate, and negative really for the pharma because the partnership brought under the MAT, and then 200% of that R&D deduction is there, right? Oil and gas, I think till the time the subsidy and all, everything is, oil and marketing companies, both the upstream and as well as the downstream companies are going to have a tough time. Just another 1 minute on that, there was various things that were said, in the start, that whether budget should actually be a reform agenda and all. I think we have 365 days in a year, and one day should not be created. Nowhere in the world except India, budget is discussed some 15 days, 20 days or 1 month even after that. UK presented a budget last week, 21st or 22nd of March, I don't remember the date exactly, but it's over, so nobody is discussing that. And so it happens everywhere. Nobody discusses the budget because it is generally supposed to give you only the revenue and expenditure. It's like my balance sheet. But we are so used